Well, welcome everybody to our online program on addiction and recovery from the Sunshine Coast Health Centre up here in Powell River, BC. And we've been talking about John Berryman, the famous poet and the perhaps even more famous alcoholic. And Berryman went to 6 different residential treatment centers after the age of 45. And then very sadly, in a drunken stupor, he jumped off the Washington Avenue Bridge and killed himself. So we're trying to figure out what happened, because he wrote this novel about his recovery. And in the novel, he's kind of upbeat. By the end of it, he's figured it out. But in real life, that didn't actually seem to happen to Berryman. So what was going on? So we were looking into the novel to see if we could find some clues. And one of the things that's really clear in the novel is that Berryman tends to live in his imagination. When he's working through the steps, he's forever bringing in, oh, this famous poet said that, and here's some insight from a philosopher. And you get the real sense that this is the way this guy lives. He doesn't actually live in the real world. Everything is about his imagination and how he's making sense of life. And he's borrowing Plato and these poets. So maybe there's a lesson here. Maybe one of the key things about getting good recovery is that you gotta get your fingernails dirty, right? You gotta be down to earth. And maybe John Berryman was looking too high up and too far away for the answers, right? And that because he was so used to living in his imagination as a writer. Who knows? We've actually over the years had a few clients at the facility who like to do that. One artist who actually told us that he spent most of his life trying to make his actual real life match art, which is kind of a weird idea because it should be the other way around. But he wasn't very successful either trying to do this, right? So maybe the lesson is you got to deal with the real stuff in your life, right? The relationships, actual work, friendships, just basic, down-to-earth, real-life things rather than live only in the imagination. Who knows? Maybe that was part of John Berryman's struggle and why he eventually, even after 6 treatment centers, ended up relapsing and committing suicide. Anyway, that's it for this episode, and we'll be back next time with another topic on John Berryman.